What do you think of when the YMCA name comes up? Perhaps swimming. Its focus on water safety for decades has taught thousands of kids and adults to swim. Houston Texans YMCA is the only one in the country with a direct relationship with an NFL team where all kinds of sports are taught. Many people may not know this, but the YMCA is the largest single child care provider in the region. But what's happened since we've been hit by the pandemic? Joining me this morning to talk about that is the YMCA president and CEO, Steve Ives, who certainly has a lot on his plate right now. Full disclosure, I know Steve very well. I work with him almost daily. I am the chair of the board of the YMCA of Greater Houston. I thought that this was an important enough conversation that, personal associations aside, is something that a lot of people need to be involved in. Good morning, Steve. Good to see you again, sir.
Good morning, Canberra.
So
thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the Y. The Y had to change quite a bit since the pandemic has hit. Talk a little bit about how the Y changed. Obviously, we had to reduce our staff, the layoffs and furloughs, but the changes for members as well. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, as of the 16th of March, we weren't able to open our facilities at all for the traditional kind of programs and operations you would expect with swimming and fitness and wellness and group exercise. We just quickly pivoted. It's what we do. We're a nimble organization. I've just been so proud of our team's ability to move from on-site programming to virtual programming, and then also to rethink how we're using our staff time and effort into food distribution and also into making sure we're filling the gap for all-day childcare for school-age kids that exist now that schools are not in session. So yeah, I would call it a pivot would be the most accurate way of describing what we've done.
So how did that affect members? What were the members offered? I know a lot of us, our monthly fees are drafted on a regular basis. So there's some options given for members on how to move forward with that.
Yeah, we reached out to our members and we let them know that they had options available to them. One was to continue to pay at their normal rate, and then we had several other levels that they could contribute at. But we also were clear that every dollar that we receive while we're closed is going to be a philanthropic charitable contribution towards the good work that we're doing in those areas of food distribution and all-day childcare for school-age kids and outreach to vulnerable populations. It's just been remarkable. Almost 15,000 of our members have chosen to contribute and are continuing to stay with us either by contributing or staying on hold and waiting for us to have our membership centers open and available to them again.
Interesting to note that while the centers for gym and physical fitness kind of closed, the Y itself never closed during this pandemic, and a lot of that had to do with the partnerships that have been developed throughout the years. One of those partnerships has been with the Houston Food Bank, and we've seen the video of the many hundreds of YMCA volunteers out there being a part of the food distribution. Talk about the way these partnerships have been working to help us on the front lines.
Yeah, almost from day one, I began facilitating a phone call Monday morning, 7 a.m. We'll call it our Monday morning quarterback session with the head of the Boys and Girls Club, folks from Baker Ripley, head of the food bank, and folks from United Way and other county agencies. But the conversation has really been about how do we work best together. That set the stage. Brian Green and I have had conversations on several occasions where he needed more people. We had people, and they had a little bit of funding to help support that. We have almost 100 people from the Y that are working at the food bank right now, but we're also able to stand up about 26 distribution sites and now have distributed over 2.7 million pounds of food through our YMCA and Houston Food Bank partnership, and have affected or impacted more than 250,000 people with food distribution. We're not the experts when it comes to storing food, gathering food, and making it ready to get out to the field, but we can do distribution quite well, we found, and are playing our role in that in a partnership with them. We're also in conversations with our other partners around, as the need and the desire for childcare, all-day childcare grows and expands, how we partner together to meet that need, because we anticipate in the next month or so, as more people go back to work, there's going to be a greater need for that.
Right now, you talked about the virtual piece of what's going on here. Very interesting to see that people who want to work out, they can go online and do the working out, which is very interesting and engaging in a lot of different ways. Talk about the way that that's rolled out and how that may end up being a part of what the Y does going forward.
Yeah, our fitness instructors went from teaching in front of a class to teaching in front of a camera very quickly, and they were nimble and have done it in a beautiful way. If you look at the Y360 content that's there, it's professional, it's well done, but it's our own folks, people that are staff and our our members and the community are familiar with. And it's grown beyond just fitness and wellness. We're also doing some youth programming, story time, some prayer time. We've got a whole variety of Y experiences that are now available virtually. I would say many of our older adults have really been enjoying the classes that they used to have. Now they're doing them in their kitchens and in their living rooms. We reached 30,000 people last week through our virtual offerings. We think that that's going to be a very important part of connecting with community and reaching out to those who might not even be able to get to our facilities before.
So
limited capacity.
So how long do you think it'll be before the Y centers that have the physical fitness part open up again?
Yeah, it'll be in the next few weeks that we start to open up. We're going to finalize our schedule by the end of next week and begin to publish that. We're going to start slow, Kimbrell.
Yeah.
We're going to be very cautious. We're going to make sure that we've got all of the protocols in place. We will be doing some practice runs and asking members and others to come in and just help us experience this so we can work the kinks out of the system and go one step at a time, week by week. And hopefully by July, have most of our operations operating at a level that is possible. But there's just so much unknown.
Yeah.
We need to wait on the CDC. They've given us some guidance. Now there's some interpretation that needs to happen around that. It's been a bit of a moving target. We're just going to be smart and careful.
Yeah.
We will move as fast as some want us to move, but we will move in the right manner that makes sense for us and for everyone we're serving.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for what you do. I'll put the information about the YMCA and all of our programs on the Houston Newsmakers page on click2houston.com. YMCA does, by the way. Thank you. We appreciate you this morning, sir.